Torah portion this week is the combined portion of Nitzavim-Vayelech. We approach the conclusion of the book of Deuteronomy. The people of Israel are about to enter the promised land. Moses concludes his speech to them, emphasizing and rallying them to the covenant and commitment to God and commitment to the Torah. He says, among other things, in a verse 28 in chapter 29, "Concealed acts concern the Lord our God, but with overt acts it is for us and our children ever to apply all the provisions of this teaching." This is a challenging verse, as our edition of the Chumash, Eitz Chaim, points out in the commentary, and to reflect the challenge of the verse, every single Torah scroll has dots on top of letters of two of the words in that sentence. Dots on letters in a Torah scroll are not unusual. We find them in several places, and it's unclear why those dots are there. It is for sure a rule that when a Torah scroll is written, no matter where in the world, they have to have these dots on these particular letters. There's a famous word in the book of Genesis when Esau and Jacob reunite. It says that they hugged each other and Esau kissed Jacob. And on the word for he kissed him are dots on every letter of that word too. And so the dots on a letter provide a reason for the rabbis to interpret the word or words that have the dots, to try to explain the significance or deeper meaning of the word. So let me share with you what the Eitz Chaim Chumash puts together from different commentaries about these dots. Again, the sentence is, "Concealed acts concern the Lord our God, but with overt acts it is for us and our children ever to apply all the provisions of this teaching." So there's outward behavior and there's inner thought. Who's in charge of what? In scrolls and printed volumes of the Torah, the editors say, dots appear above some of the letters in this challenging verse. The dots, which probably indicate the sage's perplexity over the verse, have prompted several interpretations. God will punish secret sins, but society must punish sins committed openly. Everything we do publicly, it's up to the courts to decide. What we do within our privately in our thoughts, that's up to God. Or, we cannot always understand God's will, but we must do what we are called on to do nonetheless, or do what we can understand and accept. We should be reluctant to judge others, for only God can see into a person's heart and know that person's motivation, whereas we can only see the person's deeds. Don't judge a book by its cover, the famous adage. Never judge people based on outward acts. We don't know the whole story. And most imaginatively, anonymous saints are a source of pleasure to God, but society needs role models whose virtuous lives escape anonymity and are conspicuous, that we might learn from them. There's a famous statement that the world survives in every generation because of 36 righteous people, the 36 saints of the world. And those 36 people, some of them are saints because of private, anonymous acts that they perform, and some are conspicuous, as this commentary suggests. So a variety of explanations for what the difference between the concealed and conspicuous acts are, but just a highlight of what these dots in the Torah scroll mean. And I end with that thought of this challenge of this verse, and may it be challenging to us as well to think about the conspicuous acts we do and the private thoughts that we have as well. Shabbat Shalom.